Hey everyone, today we are looking at area, and you're using something called the distributive property, which I've defined for you. If you remember back when we were studying multiplication, when you use the distributive property, you want to break apart one of the factors to help you solve it a little bit more easier. So let's say one of the factors is a large number like a 9. You can break it apart into two numbers that add up to equal 9, like a 5 and a 4. And so take the other number that you don't do anything with and multiply it times the 5 and then times the 4, and then add those two products together to find an answer. And we're going to simply do that today to help us to solve area. So let's look at this rectangle that I have here on the screen for you. And so remember that we talked about that area equals, I'm going to write here, area equals length times width. And so when we're looking at the length, of course, let's say 9 is our L, and I'm going to draw an arrow right there. And let's say that 8 feet right here is our width. And so we want to break apart one of these numbers, so one of these factors, to help us to solve it. Now I know you know your nines facts, and I know that you know that you can use your hands to solve nines, but let's see how you can use nines and break apart 9 to help you to solve it a little easier. So I'm just going to write right here on the corner of my screen. So I'm going to say 8 times, and I'm going to take, just like I did in the example, 8 times 5, and then I'm going to take 8 again times 4, and then I'm going to add these two factors together, products together, to get my answer. So 8 times 5, let me scoot over here, it's going to equal, I'm going to do this backwards than you're used to, it's going to be 40. So I'm going to count by 5s. 8 times gives me 40. And then 4 times 8 is 32. And then when I add these together, I'm going to have a product, or in this case, a sum of 72. And so basically what you see here is that you see in this shape right here, you see the 8 times the 5. Okay, you see that? And then here you have the 8 times the 4. Okay, so I have, and let's show you how that works. That 8 is the 8 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then here I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the 8 times 4. I could do the same thing on the other side to show that that is 8 times 5. And so this is how you use the distributive property. It may be easier for some of you. It may be a little bit more difficult, but I want you to be able to understand that this is a strategy that can help you to solve multiplication problems. In this case, we're trying to find area. And so hopefully that understanding the distributive property will help you to see that breaking apart, in this case a rectangle, into smaller pieces helps you to easily solve problems.